How's it going, beautiful people? It's Alyse here, and today I am going to talk about what I do when I have bad days and kind of explain if I do even have bad days. And yeah, I'm filming on my iPhone right now because all of my SD cards have this weird thing where I think that they're dying, I think they're breaking. I didn't know that was possible until a friend just told me earlier today that that's probably what's going on. So yes, I cannot film on my camera for more than like 1 minute before it shuts off. So bear with me if the quality is not what you are used to. I am also going to try to stare at you and not myself because normally I'm used to different type of filming process. Anyway, I'm gonna try to edit this video very minimally. This is gonna be more of like a raw, uncut, minimally cut video. And I kind of just want to talk about bad days. Do I have them? I want to say no. I don't really consider myself to have bad days. I guess in my mind, I think of them as off days, days where I'm just not feeling myself, or days where I have experienced a series of unfortunate events, big or small, and I don't really, I guess, think of it in that way as a bad day, although essentially it's a similar thing. An off day, a bad day, it's like whatever, a day where you're not feeling yourself. And to be quite honest, I have not experienced many off days recently. I have shared with you my struggles over the past few years. Those of you who have been following along with this channel for years have seen that. You've seen me deal with food stuff. You've seen me deal with relationship stuff around this time last year, and then last winter I was just feeling out of alignment in multiple ways and shared a video called The Truth. And I'll link some of my videos down below actually, where I have expressed myself, expressed my vulnerability, and shared what has been going on and struggles that I've encountered. And I've also, talked about my experience on the Appalachian Trail and really came clean about what that experience was like and why I decided to get off. And I have talked about those things, you guys know that. But do I experience bad days in between those sort of like low points and times of darkness and confusion? Not a ton, to be honest. And I feel like this is the result of a practice that I've incorporated into my life for multiple years now. And I'm gonna share some details about that with you today. So yeah, when I experience those days, those moments, I really try to look at things from a different perspective. I tried to first express gratitude and laugh it off, and I'm talking about small things right now, like if I were to forget my wallet somewhere or lose my wallet, or there's a scratch in the car, or I pour water on myself, or like spill a smoothie all over the counter. It's like those those little things, I honestly just don't care. Like I laugh them off, and I brush it off my shoulder. I don't worry about it. And because in the grand scheme of things, like I have a roof over my head, I have love around me, people who I love, people who love me, I have food to eat and fresh water and fresh air, and like those little things just don't matter. And I feel that it's hard to not let those things bother you when you're already in a place of imbalance or out of alignment with yourself, or if a certain aspect of your life is out of alignment, like you're struggling with relationships with others, you're struggling with your career or your spiritual practice or your fitness, your nutrition, body image. It's easy for like one little thing to blow off your whole day if you are struggling massively in a certain area of your life. And that is one of the reasons why I feel like I haven't had a hard time just brushing them off. It's been fairly easy recently, because I feel like many areas of my life are in balance and are really thriving right now, but it hasn't always been that way. I have been very irritable and anxious and sad and confused. Just said low battery. Okay, I had to go grab an external charger because my phone is on low battery. Okay, where was I? So I was saying how I haven't always been like this. I haven't always been able to handle these like little frustrating situations or experiences with so much ease and peace of mind. They used to bother the effing heck out of me. I used to feel very anxious and frustrated and just like immediately like go over the edge and just be like, man, this ruined my day. Why did this have to happen to me right now? Like thinking of why these little things are so, and like I don't really feel that way anymore. Because I really, really value and prioritize keeping as many aspects of my life in alignment as I can. And what I mean by that is actually, I was gonna show you on my phone, but I'm filming with my phone. I posted on Instagram story earlier today a picture that I found on Pinterest, and it's titled My Balance Wheel. And there's different areas of life around the wheel. There's relationships, career, whatever, spiritual practice, fitness, health, environment. There's just different aspects, areas of life. And essentially, there is like a little guide where you can rate each area of your life. If it's this number through this number, then that's you're struggling in that place. And if it's this number through this number, then you're doing all right. If it's like this number, then you're thriving in that area. Oh, there's like no water in there. So that is kind of an image that I have in my life, in my mind, at all times. I'm always focusing on where I'm at in certain aspects of life. For example, how is my relationship with myself? How is my relationship with Addison? How am I doing with business and career and finances? How am I doing with a self-care practice that kind of goes under self? Same thing with fitness and nutrition. Are those areas thriving or are they struggling? How is my sleep routine? Am I getting enough sleep? Am I organized? Is the house clean? How are my relationships with my friends? And what is my environment like? Am I getting all of my needs met? And am I spending enough time without technology? Like, what is in balance? What is out of balance? And I really try to keep everything together. So I'm kind of rambling on at this point, and to be honest, like this is one of those days where I'm just not feeling like I am flowing very well. I'm not feeling like I'm communicating super clearly, so please bear with me because every now and then I experience a day like this, and I usually just don't film, but I think it's important for you to see that I do experience days like this or moments like this where like what I'm trying to say doesn't just come across super beautifully, and sometimes it takes like a couple ways of wording things for me to really get it right, get what I'm trying to say across clearly. So thank you for bearing with me. So when I experience a bad day, when I am not feeling myself, I normally check in with that mental balance wheel, that wheel of life, or I'll view it as a list in my mind. It can work either way, or sometimes I will refer to a pencil and a notebook so that I can write everything out and rate where I'm doing, how I'm doing, and where everything's at in every aspect of life. And I really focus on that almost on a daily basis, if not on a weekly basis. And that really helps me just keep everything together and not let anything get way out of alignment, like not completely forget about my relationship with my mother, or not completely forget that I do well without staring at my phone and being on a computer every day. I do well with taking time away from that. I do well with drinking water. And if I completely neglect anything, then I'm so much more susceptible to having a bad day, to feeling like I'm not myself, and to honestly running into more undesirable situations. It's like, I don't know if you've ever noticed, but those things happen so much more when you're out of alignment. But when things are going good and you're on like a good streak, either you just don't notice them or they just don't happen as often. I am a believer that good things come to those who are feeling good, and like we attract what we're already feeling. So when we're feeling low, when we're feeling frustrated, it's just like more things keep happening. Something happens to your car and you need to get a mechanic to look at it and like pay all this money, or something happens to your pet and you need to bring them to the vet and pay all this money, or you stub your toe and hurt it really badly and now you're having trouble walking and you still have all these things to do. It's like things pile up when we allow ourselves to get so out of alignment, or for multiple areas of our life and ourselves to get out of balance. This is something that I'm pretty passionate about, if you couldn't tell. It's just like, it can change your whole life if you just focus on keeping yourself in alignment, keeping your needs met, eating healthy food, staying hydrated, getting sleep, having fulfilling relationships, a fulfilling career, something that you really enjoy doing every single day. And I know that there are so many people out there who, I being one of them in the past, felt like there was no hope. Like when I was in college, not knowing what on earth I wanted to do with my life, and kind of thinking of it as like, is there anything that I'm meant to do? Like, what am I doing here? Kind of confused on my place in this world, and like, what is the point of any of this? I would question that all the time. And I know that there are a lot of people, possibly you, who feels that way, who feels that confusion, who feels that frustration and like emptiness inside, and almost like I'm in such a slump, like where do I go from here, you know? Like feeling like I have felt in the past, like I was at the complete bottom, like where do I go now? And the beautiful thing is that anywhere you go is going to bring you higher, to bring you more happiness, to bring you more fulfillment, more at peace with yourself. So if you're feeling absolutely torn in life and with yourself, the only place you can go is up, right? So where am I going with this? That is what I really focus on when I notice that I'm experiencing one frustrating situation after another, again, like I said, big or small. I try to just realign myself and focus on what's not going right. What can I do to care for myself more? What can I do to care for those around me? What can I do to get everything in balance? And that's what it comes down to for me personally. And there's something else that I shared on Instagram, which I wanted to refer to in this video. Maybe I did refer to it. Oh yeah. Do I let myself feel these like negative or low emotions? Do I let myself have a bad day, or do I just like immediately try to rewire and focus on what I can be doing to move forward? And a lot of the time, I just tried to move forward. I just tried to look past it and like pick myself up immediately. And a lot of the times I don't. A lot of the times I give myself that freedom. I give myself time to feel not so cheery. I give myself time to feel pain and to feel confusion and frustration and emptiness and things. I give myself time to feel those things and to think like, I don't know, just to feel like a little low key, low vibe, like more negative. And I give myself a few minutes or a few hours, but I never, ever, ever let myself go more than a day feeling overwhelmed or frustrated or like I'm having a bad or off day. And the reason for that is because I know how important momentum is. When I feel that way, that will become a snowball effect so darn quickly. And it will end up being 2 days and then 3 days, and it will just take over. And that will be my new state of being, is that frustration, laziness, what am I doing, all of that. And it happens in the other direction as well, which is super beautiful. When I allow myself to feel those negative emotions or negative thoughts for a little bit and just kind of feel like, I'm gonna cover myself in a blanket and scroll through Tumblr or whatever, like give myself that hour, and then that's it. And then it's time to pick myself up, evaluate what is out of alignment. Am I like telling myself these limiting beliefs or limiting stories? Is something off track with a relationship? Is something off track with my health? And if that's the case, I get up and do the thing that's going to fix that immediately. And from there, it's a positive snowball effect. And I feel like I've gotten back on track, and I feel like I'm out of that off moment or off day pretty quickly. And as time goes on, this has gotten easier and has felt more natural. And in the beginning, this wasn't the case at all, but I still did the work. I still went through the motions and did the best that I could, instead of surrendering and being like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know what I can do. I feel so shitty. Excuse my language. I know I don't swear much on this channel. But I remember being in that place where, like, oh my gosh, I felt so low, so self-conscious. And I just forced myself to open up a journal, to write a full page of how I was feeling, to express myself, to go to the gym, to make a healthy meal. And even if I had like just overeaten or just self-harmed or just done something to sabotage myself, I wouldn't let myself keep going with that snowball. Sometimes I would. To me, recovery is like an upward spiral. So it would be better if I had a piece of paper, but it's like, you might have a big relapse, and then you keep moving up, and you might have a smaller relapse, and you keep moving up, and you might have a smaller relapse, and you keep moving up, and then eventually your relapses are so tiny and so minuscule that it doesn't shake up your life anymore. And that's how it's been for me with things that I have overcome, like self-sabotaging behavior. And yes, so that is kind of the route that I go, the method and practices that I personally use. I know it wasn't provided in like the clearest format, as my previous manifestation videos have been. I put a lot of time and thought into that information and writing it down and making sure I want to share everything in a specific order just so it's easier to understand. This video has been a bit more sporadic and repetitive probably, but I hope that you can understand what I was trying to share, what I did share, what I do when I'm having an off day or a bad day. And I just want you to know that I feel you. Like, if you can't really relate to this practice that I personally apply in my life, if you just feel like you're at the bottom, like confused as heck, struggling as heck, I feel you. Like, I was there, and I am there on occasion, but I just find that as time goes on, the more that I believe in myself, the more that I notice positive changes in my life, and the easier it is to believe in myself. And it's just an upward spiral. But like I said, it's easy to snowball away from that. You know, like I've gone through phases where I'll make progress for a week, and then I self-sabotage, and the snowball takes me the other direction. Don't let yourself do that. Life is so much better if you catch yourself from continuing with a negative cycle. I also want to just touch upon briefly, like I've had a couple of beautiful people message me sharing that they're in a very, very tough situation. I guess just to share some examples that may or not be maybe directly from messages, but I'm just thinking of like very tough things that people could be dealing with, like a chronic illness or the soon-to-be loss of a family member who is struggling with cancer or another disease. A breakup. A breakup is like, a lot of people equate or feel that a breakup is similar to death. Like, we as humans feel similar things going through a breakup as we do to losing a family member or a friend. And if you're experiencing that, or an abusive relationship, or extreme trauma, I just want to share that I love you and I believe in you. And in my opinion, the best thing that you can do is wake up every day and express gratitude for what you do have. And I know that I'm gonna get some comments saying that like gratitude doesn't fix everything. And I know I'm not saying that everything's going to be fixed from expressing gratitude, but what can you lose from expressing gratitude? What bad is it going to do to express gratitude for what you do have and to try to be as positive and as composed and full of peace and love that you can? And you can call me a hippie or whatever you want to, but this has moved mountains in my own life and in so many people's lives. I get messages on a daily basis of people who have applied these techniques, who have just tried to focus on the positives and tried to move forward and tried to bring themselves and their lives into alignment, and things have gone better. So I just want to share this out of a place of pure love. Just don't give up. Don't give up. Just keep trying and see the good in every situation and believe in yourself and know that everything's going to be okay. So that's going to conclude this video. If you like this style video, please let me know in the comment section below. I know I've gotten quite a few comments recently, especially on my coloring book video, of some people who are not really feeling the scripted video type and they prefer videos like this. So let me know if you like this or you do like them more structured and laid out and shorter. Yes, I'd love to hear your feedback. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it with anyone who you think could use a pick-me-up or just hearing my personal experience and what I do when I have a bad or an off day. And I love you so much. Thank you for taking the time to watch this whole video. If you did, I really appreciate you. And of course, I have to let you know that my coloring book is available for pre-order. I'm not sure, it might be past pre-order by the time you watch this video, but I'm so excited about it. It's seriously like the thing that I feel just the most proud of, really. It's a pure reflection of my creativity and my thoughts and feelings and emotions and my love for myself and for you and for everybody in the world. And yes, I'm just so proud of it. So I'm going to share a link down in the description below if you're interested in checking it out. There are multiple options for purchasing it, like a book, coloring book. You can get a twin package and a couple of other cool things. So yes, I'll share that with you. And again, I appreciate you and I'll see you soon.